Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Welcome back, I should say. And we are going to be talking about, does it really make sense to have an electric blower, weed eater, trimmer, whatever you want to call it. I'm not on the whole electric bandwagon, haven't been. I don't have an electric car, I don't have an electric bike. So this was kind of a stretch for me. I'm not fond of how, these things are getting pushed as far as, from the government. Different states have banned, the sale of gas powered lawn equipment. That's probably a conversation to be had later. What I am going to discuss today is, are these adequate and how does the battery hold up? Because I think for most people that's the real concern. It's like, hey, is this thing going to be powerful enough to do what I need it to do? And secondly, is the battery going to run out on me halfway through the job? I'm on about a third of a acre lot, typical, suburb. I do have a decent amount of sidewalk though. I've got a back patio, walkway that goes around the house, a 2-car driveway, and a decent amount of sidewalk out there. So what I'm hoping to do is just walk us through the basics, show us a little bit in action. But then what I want to do is I want to let these things run full bore for about 15 minutes each. We'll check the battery life each time that we check back in. Speaking of the battery, it's this one here. This is a Toro Flex Force. It says 60 volts and it is 2 amp hours, 108 watt hours. We're going to talk a little bit more about that battery here in just a bit. So let's go ahead and show you what it'll do. Check on this battery life. Hopefully we won't burn it down. The electric blower can come in handy even for some things you might not have thought of, like cleaning up the basement. Personal assistant, come over here and help me so I can show the power of this thing. I'm going to start off in slow and then I'll do the power boost. Thanks. Alright, so my goal is to go ahead and try to let each one of these run for about 15 minutes wide open. Check back in, see what the battery life is, and kind of see what the drag is on each one of the pieces of equipment. I should mention with the blower, there is just a standard trigger, but then there's also a power boost button. So we'll try to rig it to where we can get that power boost button to have that down as well, because when you're really moving material, if you're really trying to move the grass or the rocks, you're going to want to use that power boost button. Alright, so 15 minutes is up for the trimmer. Again, I was running that wide open and I just pulled the battery out. It does have a pretty handy way to check the battery life. The only deal is yeah, I'm getting 2 bars. Does that mean that it's, you know, 74 or 51%? You know what I mean? So I guess we'll find out if the blower will be able to handle 15 minutes that way. Alright, so the blower actually cut out. The battery made it about 10 minutes. So we did 15 minutes full blast on the trimmer and 10 minutes full blast on the blower. The battery did die, went to 0, and I actually got it plugged in right now so I can let you guys know at the end of the video how long it takes to go from 0 to fully charged, because that's important as well. Now what I can say though is I've never had the battery run out on me when I was doing the yard. Most of the time, if you're trimming or weed eating, you're probably not going to hold that at full blast for 15 minutes straight. Same with the blower. You know, having it full blast for 10 minutes, you know, that's more than what I would typically do when I cut the lawn. Even the last time I used it as a, you know, really to do the edge of, do all the edging, and I still had enough to be able to do that, and then blow off the sidewalks and all the concrete surfaces. However, this does show the limitations. If you have a really large lawn, obviously if you're cutting multiple yards, this is not going to be the ticket for you. But for the typical residential home, I can vouch for, yes, it is pretty good. It does what it's supposed to do. I will say just a couple of thoughts on it is the amount of string that the trimmer lets out, like the actual radius of the cut, it seems a little small to me compared to, you know, a traditional weed eater or trimmer. The blower is pretty strong. It does, you know, I haven't had a chance to try to use it with leaves or snow or anything like that, but just for what it's intended on, I say it's pretty good. A couple other things that might make you want to go the electric route. For one, the main reason why I purchased it was cost. That whole set, the blower, trimmer, and battery, was $150. So I picked those up and been pretty pleased with them. I mean, for the value that you get. My grandpa actually switched to an electric blower and trimmer, which kind of helped encourage me to give it a try. And he does it because he's got shoulder problems and it's lighter weight on him to tote that around, especially the blower. Is considerably lighter in the hand. Couple downsides. One, you kind of feel like a sissy first time you're using it, and you're out there zing zing, and you know you don't have any gas power. But the other issues that you tend to run into is it's like everybody's trying to convince you to purchase their system. You're not really just buying this product. They're wanting you to, you know, it's like the drug dealer who's, you know, telling you they'll give you the first one for free to get you hooked. So all these, you know, Toro, Milwaukee, Ego, whatever, they're all trying to get you in their system because they know that if you're purchasing the batteries, you purchase a couple of, you know, tools from them, that you're most likely going to stay within that brand because you already have the batteries and such for it. Speaking of the battery replacement for this, for Toro, which I hope they start doing a better job of this, but it's $130. So they basically gave away the 2 tools to get me in that family or system of tools. But if you do need another battery, a second battery, it's going to cost you, at least as far as Toro is concerned. You guys let me know your experiences. Do you like them? Do you not? And again, I'll try to put up on the screen here how long it took to charge that battery, because that's important as well. If it does die, how long are you going to have to wait to fire it back up? Appreciate you being here. Hope this helps you make a better decision on your next purchase, and have a great day.